Okay, guys, this is shop I started with location about business and entrepreneurship. This is the worst one of the things that people will feel saying is grand opening and grand closing. Now, I just want you to feel. I came at nighttime to record this. I want you to feel the essence of everything, how things could change right before your eyes. If you go back to the video, location, you'll see what it used to look like. I came right before that nightfall, right at nightfall, to show you. Now, this shop here, I'm gonna come in front of the camera and talk to you guys because I want you to understand that you never know what life will bring you. This is the worst thing people could fear about having your own business. Give me 1 second. Okay, guys, I had to return it around to self-portrait. I'm gonna turn it up this way here. Okay, no, I'm sorry, for landscape instead of portrait. What I'm trying to talk to you guys about, this location I was at previously. Now, this is a great location. You never know what's going to happen in life. That's just part of life and business. See, when you're self-employed, you're self-employed. Don't take this the fear that most entrepreneurs and small business owners feel. The possibility of you losing your place or you have to move. This is not the condition. This is not this one, but this is an example of what there could be. An old saying in our industry, in small business America, it would say, a saying you'll hear, we talk old guys, old ladies, and people that have business, they would tell you, it's called, a saying, here we go, I'm going to tell y'all, remember this, grand opening, grand closing. It could be clientele, product not selling, service not selling to the public. It could be either one. But what happens is your product or your service not rendering a positive traction in your business model. So that causes the business to go down, and either where it says you can open up, it could be a year and close it. This is not the case. This location. Don't take me wrong. This is something. This is already planned. He moved up to another location. He opened up doing multiple businesses. He have his own thing. I'm not going to talk about the man's business, but no, he's excellent in what he's doing. So I'm using this as an example to show new business owner entrepreneurs that's coming out the possibility. Yes, this can happen. The last video you see was full of everything in here, all in there. It was full of chairs, stations. It was a barbershop. Had ATM machines right there on the wall. Now I'm gonna turn back, guys, and I want to do the video from. I'm the videographer, and I'm gonna talk to you about this for a couple minutes. So here we go. We're gonna go flip back over. Okay, guys. It used to have a machine here. There was a full-fledged barbershop salon. On the other side of the door in the rear there was a passageway to go into the salon where ladies did ladies' hairs. And we had actually over 14 stylists in here. Literally, this is full. Now it's empty overnight. Literally overnight. But this happens when you're in America. This is the fear why people try to hold on jobs and don't put their money, take risk of their money, their money they saved. But this is part of small businesses. This is the risk you take. This is why you do risk analysis, SWOT analysis. You do look at the analytics of the other business around the neighborhood. You do all kind of surveys, but you can't avoid risk. It's inherent in the small business and entrepreneurship. You will face risk regardless. Anything, employment is face risk. Most employment is they can fire you anytime without notice. In Washington State, it's an at-will state. I mean, they can fire you, don't give you no reason. It's at-will. They don't have to say. They just don't have to say nothing. If they say something, then there could be a case. But if they don't say nothing, they can just let you go. and you can be hired and be an excellent worker and still be excellent worker, but maybe they don't want you no more. Maybe the business numbers are not like showing up mobility, and they say, well, we got to get rid of some people for the labor force to make that balance out and stay in the green. So you never know. Small business or employment, it goes like right now in America. The government is closing down a lot of the, not closing down, but downsizing a lot of the government offices, and tens of thousands of people are getting laid off. So you got to think about that. You might have thought you had a good career, you bought a house, been there 4 years, and this administration come in and changes all up. But there's a good reason for that. The taxpayers pay for that. We wanted smaller government. There's no need for a major government. This is just one administration thought it would be better, and another administration thought it would be different. I'm thinking we're moving in the right direction. Now, what's happening with this administration, it opens up the opportunity for small business. So it's going to be a small business opportunity, entrepreneurship space right now for the next 4 or 5 years. Be it welding, plumbing, any service industry, product industry that you can get out there and find that somebody wants. Like this business, barbershop, is a service industry. We service, our product is a service. A haircut, braiding, hairdo, shampoos, beards. It's a service industry. So that will always be around. But you got to be on top of your business, on top of your skill set, and be able to have quality customer service. Because now in this business, when they start cutting down jobs and stuff, people go to barber schools. They think it's an easy way in a small business to get into. You control your own demographics, and it's true to a certain extent, but it becomes oversaturated. Now, in the next 2 years, I can tell you from my experience of being there over 30 years, this business model will be oversaturated because people, as I said previously, would think this is an easy business to get in, and it has a low overhead to start up. Yes, it does, but it also, you lease a space. Like I said previously, on location, and the other business models. I came here just to show you an old saying, like I said previously, was grand opening, grand closing. This is the essence of grand opening, grand closing. Do not fear this. Do not fear this. This happened to me twice. One was for clientele base. I moved in an area. I did my analysis, but I didn't do my due diligence all the way. That I had pre-warnings. In the summertime, this city closes down where I was located in Texas. And literally, guys, in the summertime, it's a school town. It closed down, man. I'm talking about I lost 90% of my clientele base. And I couldn't afford to pay the rent and all the overhead. I was like $3,000 in the rear 1 month, and another $3,000 in the rear in 2 months. And then they started coming back in September. But it's a slow, because school starts around end of August and September, so students don't come in. So it's a college town. So I was stuck in a situation where I was in almost $7,000 in the rear with that business, and the landlord's like, I need my money, and I was like, I got my personal rent, I got the business, I got all this overhead. I'm coming out like $7,000 a month just to maintain. That's not good when you're starting off in business. So that was my era. I didn't think it was going to be like this. All right. Oh, wonderful. I didn't think it was going to be like this, but that's happening in small business entrepreneurship. You got to do your risk analysis. You got to be prepared. Don't fear this. This can't happen to anybody. And when it does, it's a learning lesson. As I said in the video before, I'm going to pull it up on my YouTube channel and put that in there too. This is a learning lesson. This is the great fear of our industry. What you're looking at right now is the great fear. Losing your business, losing your clientele, losing your profit margin, losing your salary, and being stuck with no job, no unemployment, nothing structured. You're flat broke. Let's say you put come in with $70,000, you put it in the business and get it going, and you struggle for a year. It still look like it's going to catch up. It look like you're going to get some traction in 6 months. It looks good for a couple months. Then it goes down. and it looks good for another month, it goes down. Then you're like, oh man, this is crazy. I don't know what's going to happen. I done put $67,000, and all the money I'm generating is going right to the overhead. I'm not making no profit. I got to pay my rent and everything. So that's coming out that $60,000. The little bit I save, like everybody else, you're gonna always try to squeeze some of that $70,000 out in your own personal pocket. So that little 10 that you hid in the bank and everything, you got put over here, and you change, you're trying to hide because you of fear. Yeah, we talking about that little nest egg. You got to start paying your rent with that, and you're like, man, I need to get some clients in here. And you're out all over the area on Instagram, everywhere, promoting your business. And nothing wrong with that, but the reality is that's not going to save the business. You need longevity. Traction is there's a ebb and flow. If your business starts with ebb and flow, don't mean it's going to not be successful. You just need more time. And during that time, basically your money is buying time. If that makes sense. I'm going to make it clear and plain. Your money is buying time. And a lot of people can't wait out that time because they came from an employee mindset. You got to shift your mindset to an entrepreneur mindset, meaning you got to change the way you think about profit, money, salaries. And in the entrepreneur space and small business space, it's a whole different world when it comes to profit. It takes time, and when you starting a business, it takes at least 3 years. No one gonna really tell you that. They'll tell you like 1 to 3 years, and sometimes people get lucky. And the business just jump off. And that's when I say, when all the stars and moons and planets line up, the planetaries line up, you're a lucky fellow lady. And that works sometimes. Do it works all the time? Do it works the majority of the time? No. That's what I like about that one movie, Limitless. When he talked to the old Robert De Niro, talked to the young up-and-comer, the smart, brilliant guy. He said, I don't know where you get your intelligence from. I don't know where this comes from to be at your age and know what you know. But these people around you took a lifetime to get where they're at. And they're kind of offended. So sometimes things line up and you get perfectly and you get a run. Hey, take the luck. Take that opportunity and enjoy it. But don't think it's going to be like that on everything you do. Because that's not the nature of business. And that's what he was getting across that movie, in that little clip of the movie. He was trying to get across to the guy. This is tried and true experience. People didn't do this for 30 and 40 years. And they spent a lifetime in their field. And so this is, I'm telling you from experience, over 30 years experience, this comes with the nature of small business. I don't care if it's a service or product. Be prepared for the possibility of 1 minute your shop is flourishing and filled, and the next minute it looks like this. Don't fear it. This is not the problem with this business. I want to tell you that he already had plans. He was doing other things. This is planned out. I'm just using this as an opportunity because I don't think I get another opportunity like this to show you a space and how the timing worked out perfectly, where I could show you 1 minute was built, clean, polished, and now the next minute looking like this. But this was planned. This was orchestrated. The business was moving to somewhere else. So don't think this business went under. No, it was very successful. This was planned out. I'm just using this as a model, a business model training to show you that 1 minute you can have a successful business, 1 minute you cannot have a successful business. And this happened to me twice. One, I moved to another state from Washington to Texas. So that happened to me. Then another way it happened, my first time it happened to me was here in the state of Washington. It was due to the property owner had some situation. They sold the property, and I had to figure things out fast on the go. So you don't know what the situation is going to outcome. You can look good like I was there for over a year, and next thing you know, here I am, got to figure out after the next year, I think I'm going to fill out a 3 to 5 year contract, and now I got to move. I didn't plan that. This would happen because you don't own the property. That's what, if you look around America, most small businesses, they're not owned by the business owner. There's a commercial lease. They lease to these small businesses. You know, these buildings that these businesses are in are multi-million-dollar buildings. Small business just trying to be successful would love to buy it one day, but reality is they can't afford to pay millions of dollars and then run another business It doesn't work that way. Sometimes you can find it and find out and build something up and work it out with the landlord. They're trying to sell it. But most of the time, these small businesses across the American landscape, you look around, I'm panning around all these small businesses, they're not owned by the business. The business is just leasing that space. So you don't know the total outcome. There's always a risk factor in having a small business or any business. And give you an example, like the King County, that's not owned by King County. The sheriff has the corner part of this building. It's owned by a lady. I know, I met the lady. So I'm telling you, it's like even government, they lease out spaces. Like the library right there, guys. That's called a Skyway Library. That building over there is not owned by Skyway. It's owned by someone else. But the city leases that, the county leases that building out, I believe. I'm not for sure. I believe they lease that building out. So all these businesses over here, I'm slowly panning around. Most of these businesses, the churches, the small nail shops, the whatever business there is, they're not owned by these business owners. They're owned by someone else. So that's part of this business. Back to this business here, the barbershop that used to be here. I'm trying to indicate to you guys, be aware, do your research, due diligence, do your risk analysis. Don't be fearful, be prepared. Don't be scared, be prepared. Don't be nervous, be prepared. Preparation meets expectation and opportunity. Preparation meets expectation and opportunity. So prepare yourself if you decide to get any type of business. Know the business. Know the ins and outs. Know how to move in the business. Know how to network the business. Know how to build the business. Don't just jump out there. Do it slow. Start a business off small. As I said in another video, start 500-600 square feet. Less risk. Don't get nothing this big and spending thousands of dollars a month on rent when you won't have that. You don't have that windfall, economic windfall, to cover that if something go down in 6 months, or like the pipes go flooding and the landlord got to close it up, or the city put construction out front and your parking kills your clientele base because they need parking. They say, well, I go down the street to another barbershop, I can't park here. You know, you got elderly clients, you got all type of, any situation come around. As I told you in another video, it was the upstairs. I couldn't get a lot of my clients, I had about 20 clients that were elderly, literally. So think about, at that time the haircuts was $20 and they usually give me $5 tip. So that's $25 times 20 some clients. You know what I mean? That's $500 I was losing every 2 weeks. That was $1,000 a month I lost. That's a lot of money when you're a small business, and revenue that you need to keep flowing in to build the business. So that hurt me hard. You know what I mean? Because my rent was getting close to $3,000 for that small space I had when I had to move. So then that took $1,000 away. So it actually, it's a hard hit, as we say in business. That was a hard hit for my business model. So I'm telling you guys, be prepared. Don't fear this. Understand this is a possibility in any business that this can happen to you. It's not happening to you. This was planned. This was already prepared. Third time I want to indicate this. This was already a shift. I'm just using this as a business simulator model, learning tool to help you guys get over your fear, but also talk to you about risk analysis and about how businesses work, and some of the old sayings we use, like grand opening, grand closing. Now you know what that means. You can open up your business and then something can go wrong and you can close the business. So the reality is, just be prepared for it and understand this is a strong possibility, and it happened to many small business. If you go to 10 small business owners, entrepreneurs, I say 5 or 6 out of 10 then had this happen to them somewhere throughout their career. If I'm saying fully throughout their career, I would take the ratio up to 8 out of the 10s then has some type of similarity to their business, one of their businesses that happened. They had to close it down or something. I'm literally, it's that the ratio, the percentile is very high to come to a situation that occurs throughout your business career. So don't fear it. Know that it's part of an entrepreneur and a small business owner that this can happen to. So without further ado, thanks for watching this again. I hope you look at this video, check it out, analyze what I'm trying to say, take the knowledge from it, chop it up and put it in your wheelhouse, your knowledge wheelhouse, and learn from this and add it on as you move forward in your entrepreneur and your business endeavors. This is Frenchie Loveheart with Face to Face with the Nation. Your host, again, is Frenchie Loveheart. Have a nice evening.